Somewhere in a quiet English hangar, there is an airplane with a face like a giant insect eye. It has no rotor blades, it barely makes a sound, and for more than 50 years, a small group of British engineers has believed, with almost stubborn devotion, that this strange little aircraft could do a helicopter's job for a fraction of the cost. Today, we're telling the story of the Edgley Optica, the aircraft engineered quite literally to replace the helicopter. Our story begins in 1974, not in a corporate boardroom, but in the mind of a graduate student. John Edgley was studying aeronautical engineering at Imperial College, London, and he kept coming back to one nagging question. Police departments, news stations, and utility companies all needed aircraft that could fly low and slow, circling for hours over a single spot. For that job, they almost always reached for a helicopter. But helicopters are expensive. They're mechanically complex, thirsty for fuel, and demand constant, costly maintenance on their rotor systems. Edgley believed there was a smarter way, a fixed-wing airplane that could loiter like a helicopter without ever needing one. By 1975, his concept had gone into the wind tunnel. Construction of a prototype began the following year in London, and on December 14, 1979, from Cranfield Airport, the aircraft that would become known as the Optica lifted into the sky for the very first time.
What made the Optica so radical wasn't just its mission, it was its shape. Picture a fully glazed, bubble-like cockpit, seating a pilot and two passengers side by side, wrapped in glass that delivers a jaw-dropping 270-degree field of view, with nearly vertical sight lines straight down toward the ground. Reporters at the time nicknamed it the bug eye, and once you've seen a photograph, you understand exactly why. Behind that glass bubble sat a Lycoming Flat 6 engine. But here's the clever part. Instead of a conventional propeller, it drove a 5-bladed ducted fan. That single design choice made the Optica remarkably quiet compared to a normal light aircraft, and dramatically quieter than a helicopter thundering overhead. The performance numbers backed up the concept. The Optica could loiter at roughly 81 miles per hour, stall gently around 67 miles per hour, reach at top speed near 132 miles per hour, and stay aloft for up to 8 hours on a single tank, all while covering a range of about 650 miles. For a police department watching its helicopter budget bleed away on turbine fuel and rotor inspections, those numbers were extraordinary. By 1982, institutional investors had bought into the project, and a proper production line rose at Old Sarum Airfield in Wiltshire. 3 years of hard engineering later, in 1985, the Optica finally received its UK certification. Its very first customer, appropriately enough, was a police force, the Hampshire Constabulary. For a moment, it looked like John Edgley's stubborn idea was about to become a genuine helicopter replacement, flying real missions in real skies. Before we continue this story, if you're enjoying learning about the world's most fascinating aircraft, please take a moment to subscribe to Luxury Aloft. We bring you deep dives like this one every single week.
Every great aviation story has its darkest chapter, and the Opticas came just months after certification. On May 15, 1985, an Optica registered G. Katie crashed while flying a police observation mission, killing both the pilot and the aerial photographer riding beside him. Investigators from the UK's Department of Transport combed through the wreckage, and their conclusion was, in some ways, almost worse for the company than a mechanical failure would have been. They found no structural or mechanical fault at all. The likely cause was pilot error. The aircraft had apparently been stalled during a maneuver. The airplane itself was cleared, but perception in aviation and in business is its own kind of physics. Investors who had poured money into this ambitious little company grew nervous, and the funding that was supposed to carry the Optica into full-scale production simply dried up. The business collapsed into receivership, and John Edgley, the man who had dreamed the whole thing up a decade earlier, was forced out of his own company. As if that weren't enough, in 1987, a fire tore through the Optica factory. Investigators determined it was arson. The blaze destroyed every aircraft on the production line except one. In total, across every owner and every incarnation of the company, only 22 Opticas were ever built. Here is where most aviation stories quietly fade into a museum placard. The Opticas did not. Ownership passed through a succession of companies over the following 2 decades: Optica Industries, FLS Aerospace, Brooklands Aerospace, each one keeping a flicker of the program alive without ever restoring it to full production. Then, in 2007, something remarkable happened. John Edgley himself, alongside 3 former colleagues from the original company, formed a new venture called Aero Elvira Limited. Their mission was simple: bring the Optica back. Using a former Spanish firefighting Optica, registered GBO-PO as their demonstrator, the team returned the aircraft to the skies on June 3, 2008, nearly a quarter century after Edgley had first been pushed out. It was a genuine second act, built almost entirely on the sheer persistence of the people who had believed in the design from the beginning. The story took one more turn in 2016, when a consultancy called Interflight Global announced plans to relaunch Optica production for a very modern market: post-9/11 intelligence, surveillance, and reconnaissance work, the same low and slow observation missions the plane had been built for all along, now updated with a glass cockpit and even hybrid propulsion on the drawing board. Full-scale production was targeted for the 2018 to 2019 window. As of our research today, that relaunch has not materialized, and no further progress has been publicly reported since. But the story isn't over. A small number of original Opticas remain airworthy around the world, including a pair still flying scenic sightseeing tours in Australia, quietly doing exactly the job John Edgley imagined for them, 50 years on.
It's worth pausing on why this story matters right now. We are living through the biggest shakeup in vertical flight since the helicopter itself was invented, with electric air taxis and tilt-rotor aircraft chasing the exact same dream Edgley chased back in 1974: helicopter-like utility without helicopter-like cost. While plans can change and the eVTOL industry is still years from mainstream certification, the Optica stands as proof that this idea isn't new. It's simply waiting for the technology and the investment to finally catch up to the vision. The Edgley Optica never became the helicopter killer its designer imagined, but it also never quite disappeared. And in an industry now racing to build helicopter alternatives all over again, that's a remarkable thing. We'd love to know, do you think an aircraft like the Optica could find a real market today? Or has the eVTOL revolution already left it behind? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Thanks for watching Luxury Aloft. We base our content on thorough research and current information, and we'll see you in the next one.